It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Phoenix Suns. For Phoenix, they've had some issues through the first half of the season and have slipped a few spots in the Western Conference standings from where we saw them last season, into 10th place, as a matter of fact. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this, because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
The crowd has assembled in Indianapolis, Indiana, looking for a Pacers win today. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. And, of course, Jared Dudley. With him gone, we'll see how they get along.
What the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their young players are ready to take on more responsibility, and they're going to be more minutes for guys that weren't seeing a whole lot of them before.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. And they want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say.
It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
And it's the Suns to start out. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Chris and Chandler are up front. Knight and Booker pairing up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less era. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible. Just to watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Mari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating him. That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Here's a screen by Chris. Knight kicks to Chris. Ejected by Young. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Chandler dishes to Knight. High arcing shot, offensive rebound, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Knight's got his first basket of the night.
Quick release of Knight comes in handy that time on the inside, especially with the defense on him.
Turner with a screen on Knight. The drive by Collison. The shot by Turner, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's a screen by Chris. Here's Knight. Sweet little floater. Knight's got his second basket of the night.
And Knight is solid at getting loose inside. He finds a way to score deep in the paint.
Collison against Knight. Turner with a screen on Knight. Here's Collison. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here's Knight. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
The Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Turner with the screen. And stolen by Knight. On the wing, Booker lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Young. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Spurs.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, most of the time guys come off the bench and just try to stabilize. Tonight they got some serious points, and when you're on the road, it gives you unanticipated advantages.
Here's Booker after Darren Collison's bucket. There's a screen by Chris. Ariza has the open look. Off target from 3-point range. Indiana trailing here. Bogdanovich wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Collison.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, a high percentage scorer, an efficient shooter, and he loves that mid-range area.
Booker the pass tonight. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Young. Young's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Oladipo kicks to Young. Pass to Bogdanovich. Chandler against Turner. It's deflected.
Well, Chris rises up, and is he playing volleyball, Kevin? He just spiked that one away.
Knight with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Chandler with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Booker with no one around. Out tonight. And now here's Chris. Defense is right there. Down low. It's stolen by Oladipo. Shot from 12. That shot misses. So Phoenix will take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Yeah, it just looked like, and I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but just never comfortable in this game. And the line certainly is one of those places where that could show up.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
Now, here is Young. Brandon Knight missing his last shot.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
The kick out to Oladipo. No good on the triple. Suns trail by 4. The drive by Booker. Can they get it? The Pacers pull it in. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Turner. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. Won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
The Pacers making a change here. Joseph's checked in. Both free throws good from Turner.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
There's the pick. Knight gets to Ariza. Back to Knight. The pass to Chris. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Quick decision making from Marquise Chris. Fantastic at knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Turner with a screen on Knight. Joseph dishes to Turner. Rebounded by Holmes.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Oh, Turner in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Knight following the score by Miles Turner. Here's a screen by Chris. Knight kicks to Booker. Shot clock at 6. High post shot. The shot will not fall. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, the sun set for the Phoenix organization on the draft this year as they ended up falling out of the top 3 after a really tough season. Still, they have a lot of youth to build around for their foreseeable future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Young. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And Brent, even with the bad luck in the lottery, the Suns picked up another great player to add to the likes of Chris and Booker.
Well, for a while, it seemed like the Suns were just stuck between trying to compete and then fully retooling this entire team, and that's what they did. They have committed to the youth. They also have a very young coach in Earl Watson that could get their ear, and maybe if these guys have the shared experience coming up together of not having consistent success, that if it turns around for them, something special could be brewing.
Now here's Evans. He picked up 15 points in their last win against San Antonio.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Here's Reed after Tyreek Evans has scored. 17-foot shot on the way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Picked by O'Quinn. Here's Joseph. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Joseph's got his first bucket of the night.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Now here's Knight. He's got 6. Tries from 10. Sabonis grabs the board. Holmes with the steal. Takes the turnaround J. It's good. Holmes got his first bucket in this one.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Now, you bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open three for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Why do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin. Positionless.
And Phoenix making a change here. Daniels has checked in. And Joseph drops them both.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Here's Daniels. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Reed with it. Now defended by McDermott. Kept alive. Here's Jackson. Holmes kicks to Daniels. Now here's Warren. O'Quinn defending. Jackson setting the pick here for Warren. Over Evans. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
McDermott passes to Joseph. Back to McDermott. Here's Sabonis. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
Now, here is Reed. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Daniels dishes to Warren. Here's Reed. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
To the wing right side. And Jackson with the block.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots.
Daniels kicks to Warren. No good on the three.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Snatched up. Sabonis. McDermott passes to Joseph. A three-pointer is right on target. Joseph's got 7 points.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Here is Daniels. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Rebounded by McDermott.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's a 9-point Pacer lead.
O'Quinn knows he's not going to be playing a ton of minutes in this game, so he's going to throw himself around in every position. Good job on the glass there.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Indiana out in front, leading by 9. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly. He talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players, you know, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, you know, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork, you know, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room because Chandler has got that covered.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
Yeah, if your opponent fails to block out, you get yourself in great position. That was the story of the first quarter for them offensively.
We've got Evans. Sabonis is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's McDermott in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Well, watching T.J. Warren, you see a player who is always in control of every small action he makes on the floor.
Well, I think starting basketball games for T.J. Warren last year was a huge confidence builder. In his first 2 seasons, just 5 starts, but last year in his campaign, 59. He seemed to keep growing and growing in terms of that confidence that we're talking about, and then his ability to score started to blossom. Just a great attack mentality, got right through the defense to finish strong inside.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And Joseph kicks to McDermott. And it's Evans in the corner. McDermott with the screen for Evans. Fades away. Goes back up. It's deflected. Now Daniels looking for his first basket still in this one. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. And the Suns also making a change. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Warren. Outside Collison. In the corner, O'Quinn with it. Outside Collison. To the middle. Here's Evans. And just miss after miss right now. Suns trail by 4. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Pacers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Nice shot by McDermott.
McDermott is terrific at letting the defense open up. Once he sees the lane to the bucket, he jumps right in there.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Daniels dishes to Reed. Holmes, that's a screen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Evans. And, you know, Brent, we know top-level coaching is an all-in affair. Strategy, motivation, working the officials. But who are some of the most complete coaches in the league right now?
Well, at the top of the list is Greg Popovich and what he does. There's no doubt that the way that he has his team prepared on a nightly basis, carrying out the game plan, the way he works the sidelines, as you mentioned, Kevin, Greg Popovich is the cream of the crop when it comes to NBA coaches.
And the first one at the line is good. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for McDermott. And it's Oladipo in for Evans. And for the Suns, Chris comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's Booker in for Jackson. And both free throws good for Reed. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Outside Collison. He dishes it to Oladipo. Turner with a screen on Booker. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Turner's got 6 points.
Well, Victor's showing some nice signs of vision on that play. Not an easy cover in the pick and roll. That's a nice pass.
Chandler kicks to Daniels. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Reed against Bogdanovich. There's a screen by Chris. Here's Reed. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Indiana.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended three-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
Pacers leading by 6. Outside Collison. Turner dishes to Collison. Turner with the screen. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Reed. Collison hits them both. Suns trail by 8. Daniels passes to Chris. Back to Daniels. Booker is screen on Collison. Inside, 5 to shoot. Chris gets to Ariza. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Ariza's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Chris is such a versatile big man. I like to see him whip the ball over and get it to an open teammate.
Turner with the screen. Oh, Turner in position. And stolen by Chris. 4-on-3 break. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Suns with the ball. They trail by 6. Back to Booker. Pass to Chris for 3.
And the three-point shot has been a problem spot for them. They're improving little by little, but it's still a big reason they're down right now.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Oladipo against Booker. Top of the key. Basket counts. And now just a 4-point Indiana lead.
Up the confidence of Devin Booker. When he gets a screen, he knows what he wants to do.
Turner with the screen. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Fires the 3. Collison, no good. Suns trail by 4. Here's Ariza. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Young. That one misses. Chandler with the defensive effort. And here comes Ariza leading the fast break. That doesn't go either for Ariza. Indiana leading by 4. And it's Turner off the drive. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 3 assists now in this one. The Suns have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Daniels passes to Chris. There's the screen and the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. Lights checked in for the Suns. Turner comes with a double team. Chris kicks to Booker. Here's a screen by Chris. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. Misses at the rim.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Off his leg, and the ref's whistling a kick ball. Here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Kicks it to Turner. There's the feed to Bogdanovic over Ariza. Bogdanovic, no luck. Suns trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Knight. He's got 6. He feeds it to Booker. Ariza outside. Here's Chris.
He sunk that 3 in the first. It's yet to make another one.
Chris with another miss. Outside Collison. There's the dish to Turner. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Turner's got 10 points in the game.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. It's tipped.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Young dishes to Turner. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Brent, all things being equal, do you like the idea of sending everyone to the defensive glass to avoid giving away second chance points, or do you like leaking a guy or 2 out in transition, hoping for the best?
I don't think the leak out is a good idea at all, Kevin. You've got to have 5 guys attentive to any possession. Most coaches in the NBA will tell you that a possession is not a stop until you collect the defensive rebound.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
All 3 throws good from Turner. Suns trail by 10. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Brandon, is an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
So shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, all right. You know, it's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders.
And once again off the mark by Indiana. Suns trail by 7. On the wing, Booker. The tray. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Now here's Collison. He had 16 points in the win against San Antonio. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Bogdanovich has got 7 points in the game. Booker the pass to Chandler. There's a screen. It's stolen by Oladipo. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Good job by Victor on that one, scoring despite getting whacked. I love how he maintained his balance on that shot.
And Booker kicks to Chandler. Dishes to Knight. It's tipped. Riza in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the Suns. TJ Warren comes in for Chris. He lobs it up. Sabonis kicks to O'Quinn. Kept alive by Indiana. Sabonis, the pass to Evans. And it's Joseph in the corner to the wing on the left. Here's the floater. They shoot again, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
Sabonis, such a fantastic prospect, the guy you think is going to play 10 or 12 years in this league, and a good job there getting contact and getting to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And Sabonis is a very skilled young big man. He stepped right into the starting role last year with the Thunder and consistently was getting about 20 minutes, trying to figure out where it is that he could be effective. The one thing about Sabonis that I think is going to help him is more touches around the paint. Last year, a lot of room to grow as a perimeter player. We'll see if he can put it together this year.
Good on the second free throw. And for those of you wondering why Sabonis' name sounds familiar, well, he is the son of the legendary Lithuanian player Arvydas Sabonis.
Well, if you watch the 2 of those guys side by side, the one thing that stands out between the Sabonis big men is the fact that they are very, very skilled. They have great vision and a great sense of the game, almost playing like guards at times from the post-up area.
Here's Joseph following the basket by TJ Warren.
Nice to see Sabonis and some of that mobility for a big man to use that screen and roll.
1:46 left here in the second. Holmes, that's a screen. Knight kicks to Holmes. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Free throw good, Booker.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
Both free throws good from Booker. Scoring has never been an issue for Booker, but as he grows into a bigger role, Brent, on this team, you'll want him to do more than just score.
Of course, a remarkable shooter. You'd like his shot selection to get better. But you'll wonder, as this team grows and grows around what Devin Booker has in terms of his potential, where it is that he can go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Warren with the ball, working on O'Quinn. No good from Booker.
And they continue to control the glass.
And that's Evans penetrating, drops in the layup for two. And now it's a 10-point Pacer lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Knight against Joseph. Knight kicks to Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Evans. Booker pulls it in.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
Now, here is Knight. He has 6. Warren on the wing.
That's some ferocious defense from O'Quinn, staying very active and getting his hands up.
And so it's Myles Turner making things happen for Indiana. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. We saw Myles Turner lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points and 5 rebounds. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. A fantastic game from Myles Turner in this one.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, that is a great equalizer here. You want him to play that physical, but how do you do that without creating too much contact?
Indiana leading by 10. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Chris and Chandler are up front. Knight and Booker pairing up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. Turner dishes to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. Turner with the screen. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Bogdanovich has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Pacers. Here's Knight. Chandler is screen. Knight against Collison, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, you got to have a tough mentality if you're a guard in this league, and Brandon Knight gets in there and draws the contact.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
One shot.
And that one falls for Knight.
Well, Knight as a decisive guard can be much better than when he's out there thinking through plays.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 6 assists here tonight. Knight kicks to Chris. Back to Knight. Fires the 3. Ariza no up.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Young left side. Collison dishes to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Well, at 6'4", Oladipo is certainly not the tallest guy on the court, but he makes up the difference with that explosive hop.
Suns trail by 13. To the paint, here's Chandler, and the dunk by Chandler.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Knight against Collison. Oladipo outside. Collison with a screen on Knight. And Oladipo kicks to Young. Feeds to Turner. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Suns.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the 3 ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
Suns trail by 11. And here is Knight. 9 points in the game so far. Chandler kicks to Ariza. And it's sent back by Turner. Young passes to Oladipo. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
And he knocks down the first one.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft. One of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
Reedy's checked in for Devin Booker. Oladipo hits them both.
And when you watch Oladipo, you just like his explosiveness. Every moment he can come out there, he's got some room to get to it. He could take off on you and make something extremely exciting and athletic happen. He streamlined his game a little bit, so when he's not playing in a hesitant mode, he becomes that much more impactful.
Timeout called, the Suns. And Oladipo, as you said, can just be a ball of energy out there on the floor.
I like the fact that Oladipo is honing in on his skilled shots. Still trying to figure out exactly what he does well, but he can't be passive. He's got to be aggressive. When he makes those kind of decisive plays, it ends up helping him and his teammates more often.
And that one drops for him.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Now, here is Reed. He's got 8. To the right side. It's Ariza on the wing. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Phoenix no good that time either.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Here's Collison. That's short off the rim.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Ariza dishes to Reed. Back to Ariza. The second chance effort, and it's sent back by Turner. And they're able to recover. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. There's a screen by Chris. Here's Knight. No good off the front iron. Indiana leading by 15. Here's Young. Rebound by the Suns. Chris has got his third rebound on the night. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Young. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Now, here is Knight. 9 points in the game so far. Chandler with the screen on Collison. Again, the miss by Knight.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The first free throw is good, and the Suns making a change here. Daniels is checked in. Oladipo hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Suns trail by 19. Daniels with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks to Ariza. Reed down low. Guarded by Oladipo. Pass to Chris. Deflects the pass. Turner with the steal. Now Collison. He has 6. Oladipo outside. Over Reed. And it's Oladipo that time on the assist by Collison. And that's 15 points for Victor Oladipo. The Suns shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Phoenix calls timeout.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
And here's the story on Tyson Chandler. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's averaging 8 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
4 on the clock. Daniels kicks to Ariza. No good off the back of the rim.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Collison, the pass to Young. Launches it. That shot is off. And Phoenix will come the other way.
Just not his night so far, guys.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Well, so important to have three-point shooters that can stretch the defense and open things up. These small forwards have been doing just that over the last month. 5th, Trevor Ariza.
I mean, these guys are all constant threats on the perimeter. Shooting the 3 isn't all, though, that they do. But it sure is a lot of what they do.
Well, even though they can score from anywhere on the court, once they get behind the arc, that's where they do the most damage. As an opponent, the last thing you want to see is one of them getting a hot hand from deep.
Here's Collison following the score by Phoenix. There's the pick. Young dishes to Turner. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Warriors. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the Suns, they have a lot of ground to make up.
And seeing where the Suns are, there's been such a different feel to them this season. The confidence that was completely absent from last year's squad is back, and they pulled themselves here into contention.
Well, for a team that didn't sniff the postseason last year, you have to wonder how they're going to handle the pressure of being in the playoffs this year. Not to mention the postseason itself, if and when they get there.
Now here's Evans. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Again, Young missing.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Warren kicks to Chandler, and the dunk by Chandler.
Now, how about Chandler muscling his way through that time and focusing on still converting?
Outside Collison. To the inside. Here's
no guidance. That is not possible. What we just is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Chandler. He's got 6. Here's Warren, the 11-footer. Second shot opportunity, and again it's Tyson Chandler. Chandler's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Pick by O'Quinn. Here's the screen. Evans kicks to Turner. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Turner's got 16 points.
Well, that's some pretty sweet vision there on display from Tyreek. Thing of beauty.
Daniels with it, picked up by Collison. Ariza goes in. Plenty of space. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 8 rebounds in this game. Pacers leading by 19. Outside Collison. Ariza brings the double. And Young kicks to Evans. Screen by Young. Evans passes to Young. O'Quinn dishes to Turner. And the wing jumper offline. Suns trail by 19. Pass to Daniels. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. Doug McDermott comes in for Young. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. And then for Phoenix, Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Chandler.
One shot.
Jackson comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Devin Booker in for Reed. That free throw good from Daniels. Here's Joseph. He has 7. The pass to Sabonis. Evans outside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first.
Well, Evans reestablishing himself over the past couple of seasons, a skilled combo guard with great handle.
He doesn't get the second one. Suns trail by 17. Now here's Warren. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Daniels kicks to Warren. Clock at 6 to the inside. No good on that one. Evans with some nice D. He dishes it to Joseph. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's McDermott, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
Well, you knew that Doug McDermott was going to be a classic shooter when he came into the league with all those points he racked up at Creighton University. A great shooting motion, a high, quick release. And I'm just impressed with the range that he's able to fire from. Sometimes 4 or 5 feet from behind the line. No problem from Dougie McBuckets.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first one falls. And Brent, with McDermott, he does have great range. It's something that defenders have to respect and is opening up more for him.
And the idea for McDermott is you cannot be a one-trick pony in this league, Kevin. So getting more comfortable at times, maybe playing with the back to the basket, moving off of screens, maybe cutting around defenders. He's going to have to show some more versatility in his offensive game to stick around.
And McDermott drops them both.
That's a good stroke by McDermott, looking to find opportunities like that. He has limitless range.
Timeout called, the Suns.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Young.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Outside for Jackson. On the wing, Booker. Jackson setting the pick here for Booker. And here's McDermott. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Evans. Banked in off the glass. Evans has got 7 points in the game.
I feel like when Evans is getting bumped around a little bit, he stays more engaged, looking invincible there.
They set the pick. Daniels kicks to Warren. Holmes, that's a screen. Off the pick. And the shot by Warren, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Sabonis with the bucket.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college. So him working inside, that's a good sign.
1:19 left in the third quarter. Holmes, that's a screen. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:10 left here in the third quarter. Here's Daniels. They can't stop the run with that one.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Now here's Booker. He's got 7. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Jackson setting the pick here for Booker. McDermott with a steal. Evans passes to McDermott. Pulls up on the wing. That misses off the backboard. Phoenix has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. The offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Booker. Daniels with it. Picked up by Joseph. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Daniels with it. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Booker. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Booker's got 9 points.
This will help Devin Booker. His shot selection, terrific at cashing in from that spot on the floor.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action after this word. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Well, Phoenix shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Corey Joseph is out there with Tyreek Evans. Then it's McDermott. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Sabonis in at the center. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Pacers leading by 21. Now Joseph. Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
Holmes can't get it to go in.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Now here's McDermott. Back to Evans. Just 3 to shoot. Good D by Booker.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Over Evans, offensive rebound. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Warren.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Pacers. Oladipo comes in for Tyreek Evans. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for the Suns. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start. But, Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Booker. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanović.
Now, Devin Booker is such a natural and gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry in motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now, and they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
The shot by Knight, no good. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Sabonis has got 4 points in the quarter. Here is Knight. There's a good screen. Lets a floater go. No good. A D by Bogdanovich.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The tray. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Suns trail by 21. It's stolen by Oladipo. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. The 11-footer. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 6 points for Doug McDermott.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Booker the pass to Chris. Back to Booker. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Well, if Booker's that close, the D is done for. He can't let a good scorer like that get whatever he wants, especially on the inside.
Oladipo outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Oladipo's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Failure to extend the defense, not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they've just completely lost their focus.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And some changes here for the Pacers. Turner's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for McDermott. And it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. And the Suns also making a change. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Warren. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Knight against Collison. It's Turner high post. Now here's Oladipo. Guarded closely. Basket good. Oladipo's got 20 points.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Knight on the wing. Chandler outside. Back to Knight. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Darren Collison.
And Knight didn't mind that he was going to get bumped on that play.
Such an adjustment for young players drafted into the NBA, managing money, being accountable to your teammates, to the many things that tug and pull on you. Brent, can the league do anything more to help them through this sometimes uncomfortable process?
I think the league does a great job, Kevin, of addressing these things. Not only the NBA, but certainly the Players Association in terms of educating the players. To me, Kevin, as an ex-player, though, the biggest responsibility falls on the veteran players of that team to take a young player under their wing, to watch what it is that they're doing socially, and to make sure that they set them up for success off the court.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Anabogu's checked in for Turner. Leaf comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's C.J. Wilcox in for Bogdanovich. Phoenix also making some changes. Bender is checked in for Chandler. Arthur comes in for Jackson. And it's Reed in for Devin Booker. The Pacers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. They set the pick. Out to the right wing. Some nice passing here by Indiana. 5 to shoot. On its way from Oladipo for 2. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Suns shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Knight with it. Picked up by Collison. That's tipped. Here is Wilcox. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chris has got his 5th rebound in this one. Reed against Oladipo. Reed kicks to Chris. Over Wilcox. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Suns shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Floats one in deep. Knight drops it in.
Can't really do much defensively against Knight's floater. He gets it off so quickly.
Now here's Collison. They set the pick to the middle, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Anabogu. Young comes in for Leaf, and Bogdanovich is subbed in for C.J. Wilcox. Now here's Oladipo. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And here is Knight. Kicks to Ariza. Turner comes with the double team. Ariza dishes to Chandler. Turner with the steal. Here's Young. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
No good on the free throw. And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. Good on the second free throw. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal, due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these 2 great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or 2 hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those 2 gentlemen aside.
Collison kicks to Young. Turner with a screen on Chandler. Down low and stolen by Chris. Outside Knight. Booker in the corner. Shoots the 3. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got assist number 8 now on the night.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Now here's Collison. Young, a screen on Knight. Collison, the pass to Young. Collison inside. He's guarded by Knight. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. Here's Chris. And Chris throws it down.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
Indiana leading by 16. Collison with it. Oladipo outside. Young in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
Ariza, another 3 for Phoenix.
Some good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
Outside Collison. Turner with the screen. Collison dishes to Turner. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
And the Suns call time here.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Miles Turner.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Suns trail by 18. And Booker kicks to Chandler. And Chandler throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Yeah, Chandler doesn't have a long way to go, but he gets up for that one.
Now Collison. Here's Turner, and Turner throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Phoenix has gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And Booker kicks to Knight. There's a screen by Chris. Knight passes to Chris. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Chris has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, the shot release is looking more and more confident here, Kevin, from Marquise Chris.
Collison dishes to Turner. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Pacers lead by 18. Phoenix has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Chandler is screen. Knight kicks to Chandler. For 3, Booker. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Young's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Pacers.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Miles Turner.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
And Oladipo, here we go. And it's Turner finishing it off.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Young. Doug McDermott comes in for Bogdanovich. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. And the Suns here with a different look. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Chandler. Jackson comes in for Trevor Ariza. Reed, he's checked in for Booker. And it's Troy Daniels in for Knight. And it's the Suns' ball. 19-point game. There's a screen by Chris. Reed down low. Evans is there. Reed misses.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Here's Joseph. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Victor. You've been really playing well on offense of late. What's going right for you at that end of the floor?
Patience, man, experience, belief, faith, all the above, man. Just coming out here working on my game. I'm just going to continue to keep growing, continue to keep staying close to my teammates, continue to keep working hard, and continue to keep getting better.
That is a crowded locker room with all those things in there. Thanks, Victor. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, This is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.